Good evening and welcome to the news at 7 p.m. I am Sophia John with the news presentation. Many thanks for joining us. We begin the news with the headlines. Kwararafa State Governor inaugurates Committee for Land Recovery and Council for Drug Control. Kwararafa State Governor reshuffles Executive Council members. Plus, COAS urges commanders to strengthen leadership. Now the news in full. Kwararafa State Governor Dr. Agbukefas has inaugurated a committee for the recovery and confiscation of government land and the Governor's Council for Drug Control and Social Renewal. The event took place at the T.Y. Danjuma Government House in Jalingo. Rejoice Hussein Yaro completes the report.
Inaugurating the Committee on Recovery and Confiscation of Government Land and Governor's Council for Drug Control and Social Renewal, Governor Agbukefas emphasized that it is the responsibility of the government to protect the health of its citizens in order for all sectors to function effectively. The governor, who heads the Council for Drug Control and Social Renewal, explained that the seriousness of the government made it necessary to constitute the committee, which is made up of traditional and religious leaders, civil society groups, and others.
We are all gathered here for the inauguration of these two important committees. We are all aware that the security and welfare of the people constitute the primary responsibility of government. We need to respond to that without delay. So it is something that we need to be very deliberate, we need to be responsible, we need to put in all our best. And that's why religious leaders, traditional rulers, civil society, security agency, and everybody is involved in this committee. And also, I am also the chairman of the committee.
The governor charged the Committee for Land Recovery and Confiscation to diligently recover government property and report any issue to the government.
The second committee, we have discovered that a lot of government property are either misused, confiscated, or illegally occupied, and we need to recover such properties. Respect people, be fair, and do justice. On this note, I hereby inaugurate this committee with effect from today to perform the duty which has been assigned to them to the benefit of the good people of Kwararafa State.
In response, the chairman of the committee, Nelson Nathaniel Banker, thanked the governor for the trust placed in them and promised to give their best in fulfilling their duties.
Your Excellency, on behalf of this committee, our words will be few. I want to first appreciate you for reposing this confidence in us, to take on this responsibility to rescue the state from the assignment so assigned. We'll do our best and see we're able to give the state what is necessary for us to do.
In an interview, President of the ex-Army Pekin in Kwararafa State, Barrister Sunday Stephen, expressed confidence on the chairman of Recovery and Confiscation of Government Land to excel on his new appointment.
This is a task that it needs people of courage, and that is why the task has now been falling on him. And we believe strongly that he has the capacity to deliver. So we look forward to seeing a very good result that will add value to the economy of Kwararafa State.
As part of the ceremony, the Kwararafa State Commander of the NDLA presented an award to Governor Agbukefas for his firm stance against drug abuse. In Jalingo, I am Rejoice Hussein Yaro.
Kwararafa State Governor Dr. Agbukefas has approved the immediate redeployment of 4 commissioners serving in the State Executive Council as part of a cabinet reshuffle. Under the new arrangement, Peter Judge moves from the Ministry of Commerce, Trade and Industry to the Ministry of Water Management and Aquatic Affairs, while Daniel Ishaku moves from Water Management and Aquatic Affairs to the Ministry of Waste Management and Resource Innovation. Shonzen Bernard James Kassar has been redeployed from the Ministry of Waste Management and Resource Innovation to the Ministry of Social Development and Human Services, while Philip Habu James moves from Social Development and Human Services to the Ministry of Commerce, Trade and Industry. In a statement signed by the Secretary to the Government of the State, Gibbon Timothy Katabs, the government said the redeployment takes immediate effect. The Secretary said Governor Kefas wished the affected commissioners success and the best of service in their new ministries. Rejoice Useniyaru reports. Ministries, boards and parastatals in Taraba State urged to be transparent in financial transactions during the quarterly revenue performance review at the Dr. Agwikefas Conference Hall at the Taraba State Internal Revenue Service, Jalingo.
The Commissioner of Finance, Budget and Economic Planning, Sarah Enoch Adi, who was earlier represented by the Permanent Secretary of the Ministry, Douglas Kisaba, thanked the Executive Chairman of the Taraba State Internal Revenue Service, General Jeremiah Aliu Faransa retired, on his effective revenue drive in the state.
I thank the Chairman. When he assumed office, he has identified the key problems of revenue generation in Taraba State. And this is one of the milestones, this is one of the strategies he has put in place to ensure that our revenue drive is effective. Its collection is also effective. I therefore call on all MDS to work together with dedication, transparency and professionalism, with stronger coordination, effective monitoring, improved technology, and responsible revenue administration.
The Executive Chairman of the Taraba State Internal Revenue Service, General Jeremiah Aliu Faransa, described revenue as the life wire of the society. He thanked Governor Abukefas for creating an enabling environment for all activities to thrive.
Under the leadership of this present administration of Dr. Abukefas, he created a leveling field where everybody is given a part to play and key into the best global practices all over the world. It gives me a great pleasure to welcome you to the maiden edition of the quarterly revenue performance review of ministries, departments and agencies of Taraba State. It marks the beginning of a new culture of revenue accountability, performance measurement and collective responsibility for the financial sustainability of our dear state, Taraba. I therefore urge you, every MDA, to approach this exercise with openness, honesty, and commitment for improvement. Our objective, therefore, is not to witch hunt any underperforming institutions, but to measure, understand, improve, and deliver.
While appreciating the participants at the meeting, a board member, E.D. Andrew Ivo, said the revenue performance review meeting would be a continuous exercise and encourage all ministries, boards and parastatals to ensure that their records are always intact.
It's something that will continue. Quarterly we'll be doing it. It is actually a way of showing our transparency, accountability on what we do, so that there will be no question.
During the meeting, representatives of the various ministries, board and parastatals did their various presentations in presence of board members who took turns to address and profound ways of revenue collection in the state. I am Rejoice Useniaro.
The federal government has urged the 30 states and the Federal Capital Territory to develop and implement homegrown anti-corruption strategies. FG said effective action at the subnational level is essential to improving transparency, accountability, and public service delivery. The call was made at a three-day workshop on the implementation tools for the Plateau State Integrity and Accountability Strategy, PLACIAS, which commenced in just the Plateau State capital. The workshop, which focuses on the monitoring, learning and evaluation framework, operating guidelines and templates for PLACIAS, was declared open by the head of the National Anti-Corruption Secretariat, Victor Ojogbani, who represented the Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice, Lateef Fagbemi San. Ojogbani commended the Plateau State government for advancing the implementation of the National Anti-Corruption Strategy, saying only 7 states had so far commenced the process. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, former President Goodluck Jonathan, Governor of Bayelsa State, Senator Doye Diri, and his predecessor, Senator Seriaki Dixon, among others, praised the outgoing head of Civil Service of the Federation, Didi Wilson-Jack. They spoke at the presentation of 2 books authored by Wilson-Jack at the Abuja Continental Hotel. Tinubu, who was represented by the Minister of Innovation, Science and Technology, Dr. Kingsley Ude, described the outgoing head of Service Federation as a remarkable and distinguished public servant who repositioned the federal bureaucracy, making it more effective and efficient. The Chairman, Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, Ola Olukoyede, has offered whistleblowers between 2.5% and 5% of recovered stolen Nigerian assets for information leading to the recovery of such assets held abroad. Olukoyede disclosed this while delivering a lecture at the Cambridge International Symposium on Economic Crime in the United Kingdom. The anti-graft agency boss mentioned that the ability of its operatives to trace assets, cooperation from the judiciary, and access to credible intelligence are significant factors that contribute to the agency's success in securing non-conviction base for future order. He also noted that the EFCC has some of the best investigators around the world. The EFCC boss further revealed that the agency had forfeited cash and assets worth over $500 million to the federal government in the past 3 years. We will now go on a break, and when we return, the news will continue. Please stay with us.
In the system, I can run.
Welcome back. The news now continue. The Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Waidi Shaibu, has charged senior commanders of the Nigerian Army to demonstrate strategic foresight, professional competence, and exemplary leadership in confronting the increasingly complex insecurity facing the country. The COAS gave the charge while declaring open the second Senior Command and Leadership Seminar 2026 at Headquarters 1 Division Nigerian Army, Kaduna State. The seminar themed Strategic Leadership for Effective Command in an Evolving Security Environment brings together senior commanders and resource persons to strengthen leadership capacity, share operational experiences, and develop practical approaches to contemporary command challenges. Shaibu said contemporary military success depends not only on battlefield superiority, but also on credibility, public confidence, and effective leadership. He noted that terrorism, insurgency, banditry, transnational organized crime, cyber threats, disruptive technologies, and information warfare have continued to reshape the security environment. The COAS therefore urged commanders to remain intellectually agile and operationally innovative while exercising sound judgment in conditions of uncertainty. The Nigerian Navy has restored electricity to Nduk community in Ikot, Abasi local government area of Akwa Ibom State after more than 15 years of blackouts, following the rehabilitation of its electrification project and installation of a new 300 kVA transformer. The project was commissioned on Wednesday as part of the Nigerian Navy Civil Military Cooperation Intervention Programs approved by the Chief of the Naval Staff, Vice Admiral E.D. Abbas, and funded under the CNS Special Intervention Quick Impact Project Scheme. Speaking at the commissioning ceremony held at the Community Council Hall, Abbas, who was represented by the Flag Officer commanding Eastern Naval Command, Rear Admiral Chidozie Okehie, said empowering communities was essential to strengthening national security and prosperity. He said the intervention reflected the Navy's commitment to supporting communities beyond its core maritime security responsibilities. Abbas described the electrification project as timely and impactful, saying the Navy remained committed to contributing to national development through community-based interventions. The president of the Defense and Police Officers' Wives Association, Mernan Oluyede, has said that the welfare and security of military families are critical to the morale and effectiveness of personnel serving the nation. According to her, the need to provide children of military personnel with safe, supportive and nurturing homes cannot be overemphasized. She said the demands of military service, including deployments, prolonged absence from home, frequent relocation, and the uncertainties associated with the profession, place unique pressures on officers' spouses and children. Speaking at a child welfare program organized by the National Defense College Officers Welfare Association on Wednesday in Abuja, Oluyede noted that resilient military families give personnel the peace of mind needed to focus fully on their duties. The DIPOWA president said strong families will strengthen the morale of personnel, adding that improved morale will in turn strengthen security institutions and national security. And now, on to sports news. UEFA is set to drop its threat to boycott FIFA competitions after receiving assurances that Gianni Infantino's controversial plan to sell stakes in the World Cup and other major tournaments will not be revived. The decision is expected to be confirmed at a UEFA Executive Committee meeting in Monaco, with European football's governing body satisfied that its key conditions for ending the boycott threat have been met. UEFA's 55 member associations had unanimously backed a boycott after details emerged of FIFA Forward Enterprises, a proposal that would have opened stakes in major FIFA competitions to private investors. According to BBC Sport, UEFA demanded that the plan be withdrawn and the FIFA provide guarantee that similar proposals will never be pursued again. FIFA subsequently abandoned the proposal following widespread opposition, and UEFA has now received assurance that there will be no repeat. Chelsea have made contact with Emiliano Martinez representatives as they consider a move for the Aston Villa goalkeeper. Report says the 33-year-old Argentina international could be available for transfer after Villa signed Japan goalkeeper Zion Suzuki from Parma for around €30 million earlier this month. Chelsea's interest comes amid concerns over Robert Sanchez's performances. The Spanish goalkeeper made a number of mistakes in Chelsea's opening Premier League victory over Fulham, although the Blues eventually secured a 3-2 win at Craven Cottage. Martinez has already attracted interest from Juventus this summer, but a proposed move to the Italian club collapsed after concerns of a finger injury. Juventus subsequently signed Tottenham goalkeeper Guglielmo Vicario on loan. A move to Chelsea could also provide another opportunity for the Blues and Villa to do business, with the two clubs having maintained a close relationship in recent transfer windows. And now to end the news, here is a recap of our major stories. Taraba State Governor inaugurates Committee for Land Recovery and Council for Drug Control. Taraba State Governor reshuffles Executive Council members, and COAS urges commanders to strengthen leadership. Thank you for staying with us. Do stay tuned for the translated version of the news in Hausa. I am Sophia John, wishing you a good night.
Na Kwararafa, zaɓinka na farko.